Hey guys, my name's EthGoesBOOM and welcome to my video. Today we're playing 1900 Gary, which is an RPG game from Game Jolt. There's a lot of these RPG maker games floating around the internet right now. And this is the first one that I decided to try. I actually downloaded this about a week ago. I can't remember what it was about this game that kind of compelled me to download it, but I've got it here, so whatever. Yeah, and I've got a funny story for you. I actually already recorded this game, and I ended up losing the footage because I deleted it by accident. I planned on deleting the test footage that I did before I actually played the game, but instead of doing that, I actually deleted the real gameplay footage. So now I'm going to have to play this all over again. I didn't do too much of the game though. I did like... this game has multiple endings. I'm not sure how many there are though. I think there's at least 6 though, and I did 2 of them. So I'm going to redo the endings, as well as the intro so you guys can see. And let's get back into this game. I'm so annoyed about that. So I actually did that yesterday. I'm replaying it today. Alright. Overland Pond was certainly full of wonders. I grew up here, so I'm pretty well versed in them. There was a square mile field that was full of weeds, all overgrown and yellow, gnats and flies buzzing all around. You could sit down in there and you'd be completely concealed. Nobody on the sidewalk is going to see you, and no one driving out Quivera or West 111th could see you either. You could probably whack it off in there if you wanted to. I tried once after a shift at Subway, but the bugs kept getting in my ears, throwing me off my game. Yeah, the first time I played this I was like, what the hell? At that part, that's just freaking weird. Who would do that, really? The storm drainage tunnels behind Cobbler Park. Me and Eduardo found out that if you head into them and make 2 left turns, you come to a sewer drain that has a clear view of my house. Creepy. I wonder if that'll be important for later on. I'm not actually sure. We smoked weed from a 7-Up can from that spot. Some old man walked by and started shouting, "Fire! There's a fire in the sewer!" And we ran right out of there. Oh dear, a fire in the sewer. That's not going to be good. But there was one thing that wasn't so wonderful. 1900 Gary. It started as a joke in our group about this dude who used to live in the neighborhood. His name was, you guessed it, Gary. Dude loved his name. He had one of those nameplate necklaces, you know, like in Ratchet girl culture. Gary in 14-karat gold in a dainty little cursive font. Gary Vanity license plate. Even his phone number was 555 Gary. I didn't even think you could do that. Yeah, me neither. It just wasn't his name he was proud of though. He also liked to show off his body. Nary a Saturday afternoon would pass when you wouldn't see Gary hosing down his sports utility vehicle, wearing nothing but a Speedo, his shades, his Gary nameplate, and a smile. Ding! One of our friends, Sean, made a bit of a hobby out of making prank telephone calls to 555 Gary. He'd call up and say... He's not calling me, he's calling Gary. "Is this 1900 Gary for all my Gary needs?" Or some crap like that. Gary would get so pissed, and Sean would record his reaction and email it to us. He'd do this in the middle of the night, mind you. None of us found Sean's calls particularly clever, but it was funny listening to Gary getting all worked up. He'd say things like, "Boy, I'm gonna get you in my trap, and there'll be no escape, because when you mess with Gary, you're playing with fire." One day at school, Sean told us he was going to make his best Gary call yet. He asked us all to be online at midnight so he could make it a conference call. He really wanted us to hear this, for some reason. But at midnight... And we're into the game again. Yeah, I already know this. Okay, yeah, so it has multiple endings. Gotta make sure you save your game in these kind of RPG style games. Yeah, so with these kind of games, you gotta check everything. There's a book here, Scary Stories, The Haunted Cowpoke. Maybe I should give it a quick skim. I didn't do this before, so I'm gonna do it this time. It was a foggy night in Dodge City when the cowpoke rode into town. Fog was uncommon in Dodge, but there it was, plain as day. The cowpoke didn't pay no mind, though. All he needed was to wet his whistle. He dismounted his horse, hitching him to the bike rack outside of Senor Frog's. "You're a fine steed, Marcus," he said to the beast as he gently patted its rump. Ooh. As he made his way into the saloon, the jingle of his spurs and the click-clack of his stiletto heels turned the head of every patron in the joint. The cowpoke didn't pay no mind, though. All he needed was to wet his whistle. With a mighty sigh, the cowpoke sat himself down on top of the counter. "Say, bub," he bellowed jovially, I've never seen that word before, to the bartender. "How about you set me up with a sarsaparilla?" The bartender looked up and gave a sour frown. "No can do, chum." The cowpoke removed his hat and mopped his brow with a cocktail napkin. He was getting very thirsty by this point. "Well, why not?" "Because," replied the bartender, "we don't serve ghosts." "What?" "Oh, that's like the Twilight Zone. That was spooky. Oh, God. Ugh. Wow. This is my favorite poster. It's balls of all shapes and sizes. Yep. I turned into Bonnie when I was reading that story. I don't know why. I kind of like doing southern accents. Upon closer inspection, I noticed a small amount of soil on the floor around Waldorf's pot. I need to remember to start putting the newspapers down again. Yep. Yepers. So yeah, there's a bed. The bed and the TV don't do anything. The rubbish bin doesn't do anything. So let's go into the computer for the conference call. Connecting. Welcome to 00L. Taco Lover has entered the chat. Butt Blaster 87 says, "Sup, Taco?" McKinley 420, who I believe smokes drugs probably. "Yo!" Eduardo Disobedience, "Looks like we're all here." Taco Lover, "Where's the man of the hour?" Am I Taco Lover? I think I'm Taco Lover. Okay. Butt Blaster 87, "He'll be here soon enough. Sean never misses an op to mess with Gary." He sure doesn't. McKinley 420. It's like 1 a.m. I don't think Sean's coming. Eduardo Disobedience. "This blows goats. I'm going to bed." And I say, alright, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright. What the heck? Darn it, there must have been a power surge. I was just going to go to bed, but I should probably reset the breaker in the basement. I can access the basement via the kitchen. Apparently I needed to tell myself that. Alright, so this is where the endings come into play. So I'm going to save. Yep, save. Cool. That better have saved. I think it did. Okay, so I found 2 endings last time, and I'm going to do those same 2 endings again. So this is my, hang on. Yep, okay, space to interact. This is my sister's room. Hi. "What's the deal? The power just went out all of a sudden. Spooky." Yeah, I'm going to look at your computer. Haha. Lacey's computer is dark and silent, just like the rest of the house. It doesn't respond. "Get away from my computer, you nerdlinger." Oh, fine, jeez. I didn't look at her stuff in her room, though, last time. I see that Lacey's got a Christmas wardrobe on display. "Don't diss my clothes." I didn't say anything about your stupid clothes. Jeez. "Don't go through my closet." Man, this is the most whiny sister in the world. There's a book here, The Cursed Milkshake. Oh, again? Okay. Okay. Because I had so much fun reading the last one. "There are plenty of places to get a good milkshake in this town. Dairy King, Bucklebee's, even Big Lamar's. Milkshakes off I-35. But there's one place I'd recommend you avoid. Just west of South Lake Park lays a run-down old mini-mall. It has all the usual things that you'd expect to find. Chickadee trophies, Apollo wigs, and a liquor store that's just called Liquor Store. At the end of the strip, though, is a small shop with no name. Its windows are so dark with tobacco stains that you can't see inside, but a sign hanging on the door reads, "Open 24/7. When you step inside, you'll be greeted by the owner, a small, rotund fellow named Herbert. They say he's a voodoo practitioner from Branson. Herbert sells nothing but milkshakes of different flavors. He asks you to pick a flavor and pay exact change only. If you see a strawberry milkshake, you'll spontaneously combust." Huh. If you select a blueberry milkshake, all your blood will drain from your body. If you ask for anything else, Herbert will request that you leave. Well, good thing I don't like strawberry or blueberry milkshakes. I don't know what happens if you don't have exact change. Ugh, that was toe curling. Totally. Is this the same thing? Oh, the chef Neuromonicon. How the hell do you say that? I know it's a parody of Necronomicon, but the chef Neuromonicon. What the frick? Okay, let's read that one too. Have you ever been invited to a potluck dinner? Before you accept this gracious honor, make sure you've decided on a suitable dish to bring. One quick, easy, and cost-effective option is the deviled egg. These bright and cheery embryonic ovals are known to put a smile on everyone's face, and they'll disappear faster than an emancipated corpse in the presence of circling vultures. Deviled eggs are so ingrained into our culture that they have become a symbol of undying love. They are particularly popular on Valentine's Day. What? Whoa, what? I feel a dense throbbing in the center of my brain. Continue reading? Did I just find like another ending by accident? Recipe for deviled eggs. 1. Hard-boil the eggs. 2. Cut them lengthway. 3. Mustard, mayo, paprika, egg yolk. Mustard, mayo, paprika, egg yolk. The same thing. I'm not reading that again. I don't really remember what else happened that night. It couldn't have been very important. A few weeks later, it was Sean's funeral. It was a beautiful memorial, and Gary gave him a touching eulogy. It was really nice of him to let bygones be bygones. I brought a plate of my signature deviled eggs. They went like hotcakes. The secret is to add a pinch of Tabasco to the egg yolks. Also, don't use too much mayo, otherwise they'll just be runny and gross. Ending 3, be deviled. What the hell was that? Okay, that was an ending that I didn't find before. That was the third ending, I guess. What the hell? What the hell was that? Alright, well, I'll get the other the other 2 endings that I got before. If there is 3 endings, I guess I'll make like 2 videos. So this will be the first 3, and the second video will be the other 3. Okay, this door leads to my parents' bedroom. After dark, horrors beyond one's wildest imagination take place in there. Open the door? Yes, let's do it. Oh, hello, what's in here? The bizarre light enveloped me, blinding my eyes and dissolving my skin. It was over in an instant. I found myself floating in a void of nothingness. Ending 4, beyond comprehension. Yeah, that ending's really short, so I knew I could get that done really quickly. Alright, one more ending. Whee! I'm gonna sprint. I wasn't sprinting before. Dee 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 dee. So for this one, you gotta go downstairs, and you gotta leave the house. And this reminds me of The Sims, this thing that happens. Well, got a young buck who's decided to break curfew, have we? Officer, this is actually my house. Sure it is, buddy. And next thing you'll be telling me is that you just stepped out to get some fresh air past midnight. Come on, Midnight Cowboy. You can explain yourself down at the station. Oh, shit. The police took me to the station on grounds of loitering and breaking curfew. They kept laughing and making jokes about how I was going to have to undergo a cavity check, but they didn't follow through with it. They made me take off my shoes and socks, and they also looked under my armpits. I didn't think the armpits would make a very good hiding place for my contraband. Unless you had a little skin pouch, like a kangaroo. That'd be cool. Not really. Anyway, they fingerprinted me and kept me overnight. Not in a cell, but in this, like, conference room. They brought in this youth guidance counselor lady. She kept trying to tell me about God's plan for me. I think I would have preferred the cell. So then my dad came and picked me up. He was pissed off. I got grounded for the rest of the year. That sucks. And that's the story about the time I got arrested. Wait, weren't we talking about something else? Ending 6, juvenile delinquent. So yeah, I'm just going to assume for now that's the last ending. The 6th one. So yeah, this is very much like the Stanley Parable. But Is that really a thing in America? Do kids seriously get locked up for being out past curfew? That's kind of ridiculous, I reckon. But anyway, yeah, that was 1900 Gary. So everything except for that deviled egg ending, that I've already seen all that stuff before. So in the next video, everything is going to be new for me. I'm going to be going in blind. So I'm looking forward to that. But I really do like this game. These RPG games are a lot of fun to play. So I'd highly recommend this game. I'll put an annotation somewhere. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everyone.